You already know who it is. We back with another episode of We Gotta Do Better. It's your boy Brill.
Sir, it's Roy.
It's Jeremiah.
And today's episode, we're gonna hit you with the idea, life perspective. What does humility mean to you? How does humility, shape your reality? Why is it important to be humble?
We gonna sparkle with F being humble, bro.
F being humble?
F being humble. That's the motto. F being humble.
Oh, he's coming crazy. Episode what? I don't know, but he's coming crazy.
Nah, if I'm being honest, I feel like people should be humble. I ain't gonna front. If we talking about my opinion, I would say F being humble. But for the people, most people they align with the F being humble stance. I don't know how you feel about that.
Eagles trip, but the humble never stumble. Fireball. I ain't gonna
Eagle trip, but
I like that.
Never
So
stumble.
So you more on the side of yo.
I feel like when you try to air yourself out, that's when you start baiting.
Nah, no funny, bro.
Like
Once
announcing, like, oh yeah, once you start talking that hot stuff, that's when it's like things fall apart and you start looking bad.
Like a lot of things. Like for me, for example, like it was times when like something exciting would happen, and I'll be like, "Yeah, it's lit." I'll be telling everybody, and then like a few like days or something later, things don't turn out how I thought it would turn out.
And now you gotta backtrack your words, and you look goofy.
Looking bad. Just
you
like,
look goofy.
Just like when me and bro be playing Madden, when bro score, he be hyped, but at the end of the game, he get cooked. So
it's
because
like, you started talking out your mouth, and you really ain't like.
Yeah, you're not like that.
Yeah, so you definitely gotta watch your words.
It's really like the universe like really is quick to humble you, like quick to.
And the same notion,
bro, life will humble you very, very quickly.
Very quick.
But in the same notion, I do say have confidence. Cause some people they misconstrued it. They be like, oh, being humble and not having confidence. They try to like say that when you're humble, you don't have confidence, kind of thing. Where it's like, oh, just because you're humble, you don't think that you got it like that.
Not, I mean, so that's a good point. I feel like when we're talking about being humble, people think that being humble, like you said, it's a lack of confidence. But being humble actually is you are confident, but you got the power of restraint. You know what I'm saying? There's you're slow to speak. You don't gotta show out. You don't gotta be flashy, which is cool. It's cute.
Yeah.
But when you humble, you like that. You got that swag.
Like,
you
like
you know what I'm saying. You could feel the aura, but you don't gotta go there. I don't gotta do all that. I don't gotta overcompensate for
like
that.
my
Also
aura, my energy speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying?
And that goes with what you call it, the word meek. Like you ever heard the word
meek? That's
it's
in
like
Bible.
basically like
The meek shall inherit the earth.
You have the power, like you have the ability to like really like do something, and it's like you choose not to because it's just like you got nothing to prove to nobody. It doesn't.
Being humble, being meek, that doesn't mean be timid.
Nah, don't.
That
doesn't
just
mean
means
be scary.
It just means you just gotta pack up all the arrogance. Because you're not as smart as you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you out here thinking you know everything. That's a bad way.
That's a bad way to go about living. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a learner. Always gotta be a student. And if you thinking you better than everybody, thinking you the genius, somebody gonna come over and show you that you dumb, bro. Show you that you're not as smart as you think you are, my man.
Was there ever a time like life just humbled you real quick? You got a personal story of like where you got humbled almost instantly? You got humbled.
Come back to me because I'm gonna think of some heat.
I mean, I probably feel like back in high school when we was on the football team and I was the captain and all that. And like me writing that essay because me writing that like 5-page essay about gloves because I wasn't being humble. I was being cocky because I felt like I was the captain, so I should be able to write an essay and then get through to the coaches and having the team back me. I was so cocky and arrogant, knowing that like I felt like I was nice.
Yeah,
I could do that.
And then not knowing that your action was about to be to your downfall.
Yeah. Instead of like, if I would just been humble and been like, you know what, he want to do that, copy it.
Because at the end of the day, you had to stay play your position. Like you the player, you wasn't the coach.
It was more so
but
like,
he was trying to be the coach. Like nah, coach.
Why can't we wear gloves? Like he was like,
and then he riled up people behind him.
He felt like, why I gotta do that? Why this? Like I'm not gonna listen to you.
And then instantly humble.
No sense.
All right, first of all,
we did get instantly humble because it was a whole distraction.
Half the team.
Half the team got kicked out of practice because of your boy, and I was like, no. What are you doing? Why are you kicking them all out for something that I did?
It
was wilding.
You got a story when you was like instantly humbled, or humbled in general, like after being arrogant? After
easy. So high school, I used to go through high school. Senior year, I had a 90 average. I never studied for tests. I was good at taking tests. I thought I'm like, it's sweet. So I get to college. I remember I'm taking bio. I'm like, I was like that in high school. I had 90s. I didn't really need to study. I knew what I was doing. I knew everything. It was light work. My first bio test, son. I'm like, I'm not gonna really study. I remember they was talking about it. I'm Gucci, right? So I take the test. I felt defeated for one. I was like, yo, I felt like a punching bag.
Nah, you thought it was sweet.
I thought it was sweet.
It wasn't the same energy.
Yeah.
Nah, I had that same exact feeling before too.
When I got the paper back, let's just say it was under 50 with a curve.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Ever since that, I learned to study in college. I learned it was a different ball game. It was tough, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That was a reality check. It was very humbling.
Like if you don't humble yourself, circumstances will humble you till you realize, hold up, you're not as big and bad as you thought you was.
You start talking and be like, yeah, I get all the money. What are you talking about? I get money. I'm better than yours. My car faster than yours.
All of that, that's
like
material.
And
then look, all of that could get wiped. All that could get wiped away in 2.5.
You riding in a 2005 hoopty.
Same thing though. Another thing. I definitely had another humbling experience. I remember like a few years back when I first brought up my own car with my own bread, and I was like, yeah, I got my own car. I don't know. I can't imagine having to walk to school. That's when I was going to school.
You was
Brooklyn.
joking, or you?
Nah. I was just happy. I'm
like he don't walk no more. We above that. Walking. I got a whip with the keys right. The keys to the.
Wasn't walking. I don't do that.
I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, that's tough. Imagine having to go to school, go to work, and then go home. I don't gotta walk. I'm driving. Everything lit. I'm good. That's what I thought. Right. Boom. I had that V for 1 month, and I macked it. Car total. I had to go the next 3 to 4 months taking the bus and the train to work and school in the coldest time of the year. It was January. It was November, December,
it was
January,
cold.
February.
It's winter time.
Cold. I had to do it in the worst time.
And now you know not to talk down to nobody that don't have a car.
It wasn't that I was talking down. It's just never think that your situation cannot change.
Yeah, don't think it's too sweet.
It was so humbling. Like it was to the point I literally learned I had to submit in my mind because the first 2 months I was angry. I was pissed. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, like this is whack. And I got to a point where it was like, it's okay. Everything's fine. It's just another day.
I feel like you gotta have the attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be grateful. Cause I'm not gonna lie, when I get in my V, I be kissing my wheel. I be like, "What's up, baby? You miss me?" Like,
I'm crying.
Nah, no funny. I be like, "What's up, baby?" Like, get over where I get in the car. I know you miss me. I missed you too. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I be like, "Yo, God, I'm thankful." Like, bro, literally every day, like, every day for the past 2 weeks since I've been driving to work. Like, I've just been like, yo, I'm grateful because I be getting to work on time. I get to get home fast. You know what I'm saying? It's just like less stress, you know. And I'm always grateful for that. So if I was to be like, yo, I'm driving now, maybe something bad would happen to my car. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like.
No. I think when you move, I feel like most of if it's like if you're putting other people down in that process, or if you think you're above people. If you start hitting them with it could never be me. If like or if people like, oh, you gotta catch a train or where you're like, damn, I don't know how you do it, bro. I could never.
When you moving in,
can't be me.
When you moving on like the spirit of arrogance, you start to overlook things, and that's when you start to trip up.
I feel fake was doing that, and I even really peeped.
You don't pay attention to the small things.
I was kind of like, damn,
and they catch you.
That's not being grateful.
Because you think you on point. You think you on point.
I was like, boom.
Oh, what y'all talk? Come on now.
Like,
and then boom.
Bro, humbling.
You gotta step back. Be grateful for everything that's happening.
Everything, and from that notion, like, what is like? I don't know if you feel like you answer that question. What do you feel like humility has taught you? Like, do you feel like Oh, I worded it wrong actually. What do you feel like you were taught humility? Is what I meant to say. Like, do you feel like it was taught to you, or is it something that you had to learn through like trials and tribulations?
Ooh.
Well, for me, personally, I grew up in the church, like, cause my grandpa was a pastor, and like my auntie, she was always in the church and stuff like that, and they would always like say that to me, like, don't be like, oh, be humble, be a nice young man, like, cause my grandpa always wanted me to be a nice young man, a good, Samaritan, what I'm saying, whatever. And I just feel like just being in the church, I learned being humble, like, was important. I didn't know to the extent until like when it got to like high school and stuff like that, like, oh, how important it is to be humble. But I feel like I learned it through that, especially when you play football and you score touchdowns and stuff.
That is a lot in in the church.
Yeah.
In the Bible, like there's a proverb that says, pride, it brings disgrace, but humility brings wisdom.
Yeah.
And that's kind of heavy, because when you really put in perspective, pride bring you disgrace. It's like I'm puffing up my chest. I'm big and bad. I know every single thing. You don't know everything. But when you humble, that right there,
you're able to listen to people, like you're able to
hold on. So basically, like, you're allowed to basically grow more. You're a sponge. You're still allowed to, because when you're prideful, you're full of things, you are stagnant because you don't allow yourself to receive new information and grow.
Oh man, this guy Maya's going crazy this episode. He's going crazy this episode.
So it's like, if you think about it, it's more so like, things are ever changing. Technology changing, life is changing, new information is being received every day. If you're stuck in your ways, you can't really grow because you're not receptive to new information.
Yeah, and again, just being humble brings the wisdom. Wisdom comes after that, because you're smart enough to know.
You're always a student.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my mom the other day about how doing tech and stuff like that, getting in the tech field. She was like, the only thing about tech is that you always are studying, because things are always changing. Nothing stays the same in tech.
That's fine.
So it's like, if you have that mindset of like being a servant, or like being like a servant to the game, like always trying to like learn, you're willing to like receive new information. That's humility, because you're submitting yourself so that you can be better. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I understand. Like, I understand. Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you get what I'm saying?
You need an affirmation.
No, I thought you were gonna say something.
I understand. That was a good point, bro.
Facts. I think you gonna say something.
How you feel about when people say they're being humble, but they disguise that as they disguise being like not having confidence, and they disguise it as, oh no, I'm just being humble.
Wait.
In reality, that's not the case. How they really feeling inside is.
Hold on, real quick though. I don't want to deviate from that question, but when you said, when people say that they're being humble, I always find that mad funny and annoying, because when you're humble, you don't express you're humble. You just show it. So like, when people are like, oh, I'm mad humble, it pisses me off, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
You're not humble. If you gotta say I'm mad humble, like,
if you gotta say it,
bro. People say that
you're
all the
not
time,
humble.
bro. Nah, if you think about it, like, that gets me tight, because people say that all the time. They always like, oh, yo, I'm a good person. I'm mad humble. It's like, no, you're not.
I'm
a
real one. Like, you don't have to say you're a real one.
Yeah, bro.
You don't gotta say none of that. Everything.
Humble.
Yeah, your energy speaks for itself.
Your
actions speak for itself.
Because you're bigging yourself trying to do that. So
don't big yourself up. Have other people big you up. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I was watching a video. I don't remember who was in the video, but I just remember him saying that, I don't have other people. I don't say that I'm legendary. I have other people say I'm legendary.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's fast.
That's his word.
You know what's kind of funny? like you ever give a homeless person like some money, but you gotta tell somebody that you gave the homeless person some money, because for some reason you think.
No, I'm lying. I don't do that.
You know people that do that, and
yeah.
like that's actually mad funny, because you feel like you gotta let people know, like, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm humble enough to give. Like, yo,
it's
you don't
crazy.
even gotta do all that.
They be doing stuff
You
for
do
the
it.
clout.
You do it and keep it pushing.
Like, when I first, cause I've done it before, but like when I first did it, I'm like, yo, I want to tell somebody.
Cause you feel good, but it's like you don't gotta even do that.
But then I didn't tell nobody how real. I'm like, yo, by me telling somebody, like,
That's taken away from it.
You taking away from it.
Because like I'm doing it to benefit them. It's not to like talk a good word. I'm doing this. So like when I first started like doing that, it was hard for me a little bit low key. Yeah. I'm like
just to do it in the dark. Like you don't gotta do it for applause for everybody. You do it for yourself. Do it because that's who you are.
I didn't want to. But yeah, it's funny though because like when I wanted to tell people, it wasn't because I wanted to. I'm doing. It's mostly like I did a good deed. Like I'm trying. But
you wanted them to know you were a good person, bro. You wanted them to know you was a good person.
You're right. But I didn't tell them, so I feel like by me doing that, I'm practicing what I want to.
You practice humility because you didn't have to. Yeah. And that's the whole thing about humility is you have the power to, boast, but you don't. You exercise your restraint.
Now, but you do show your confidence.
Yeah, you exercise your restraint. Like I don't gotta do all that.
So now
I will say this.
Well, guess what, guys? We just got humbled.
Very much so.
So if you're watching it to this far,
we appreciate y'all.
The rest of this video, the last couple minutes, is gonna be only audio, cause
it's gonna be a picture of us just
All right, everybody, you just gotta put our head down like this.
Yeah, this was gonna be. What's his name? The dude that was going around giving money.
Nah, I don't know. You're talking about James Dean.
Oh, James Dean.
I wasn't even talking about that, but all right, let's go ahead. Let's go to that one. Let's go a little bit in there. So, long story short, I happened to get blessed while someone was doing something for clout. Acting like they humble because they got money and giving out money. Yeah. I end up getting 5 bands cash right in my hand. Woo! He was doing it for clout. It was a blessing for me though. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? He ended up being a crook, so I ain't going to say his name. It don't matter. 50 Cent was there, though. We can name him. But
you just said his name.
No, not the crook.
Yeah, you did.
I did say it? Yeah. Oh, see, I didn't even know I said it. It don't even matter. He locked up. All right, let's go. we just got on a tangent. But let me...
he wasn't being humble. He was doing things for clout.
Yeah, and he did get look. And they caught up. Nice. I like how you put.
Thank you, bro.
I like how you put a bone. I wasn't thinking that way,
bro. That's why I brought him. Thank you.
I wasn't even thinking that way, but
go there with it. Nah,
that's actually a good point because I was not thinking that way.
Thank you, bro.
I was just thinking in the term of like giving and acting as if you buying your way. To stature, but I do love that. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
The person that ended up, blessing me with $5,000 is actually a crook, and he locked up for fraud, and he's doing years, and he's a scammer, and he take.
Hey, you're going crazy.
Right. But look, though, he humble now because he was a millionaire.
Wait, to deviate from all that, literally the point of what Speedy was saying,
humbled now.
What he was saying was that he wasn't really being humble because he was broadcasting it, showing it like with an ulterior motive. What ended up happening is that he got humbled with
life,
reality,
the feds. He's in there.
All of that
with no money. Yeah. That's tough.
Now you get your other point. What was you?
And I really feel like that happens.
That served no purpose at that point. That was good. That was good. Right?
But everybody ends up become. Why do you think people lack humility?
Because you gotta overcompensate.
I feel like
the whole F being humble premise, which I do not believe at all. That's like a counter. They trying to be counterculture, like F being humble. I'm not gonna silence myself, but you don't realize the wisdom that comes with being humble.
Hold on. You're
they
leaving out part of
overcompensate
it though, because like the mindset behind that is more so like, yo, we've been down bad, mad long. Nobody cared about us. So now that we up, we gotta make you feel it. That's kind of.
I mean, you don't gotta put in the work.
Do that.
You don't have to. Yes,
I feel like if you really put in the work, it's low key okay to like suppress your humbleness because I don't know because Kobe,
like we said, humbleness don't mean being timid, bro.
Kobe was humble, but he was very confident. Like he would talk his stuff.
That's fine.
Listen, like because
he put in the work.
We can say Kobe was humble because he still remained a student. He treated every game like he was a bad player.
Yeah, if he lost, he gonna go back to the drawing board.
He practiced like what he did. He would be the first one in the gym and the last one to leave because it's humility. He's submitted himself to the game. He's not acting like Allen Iverson.
He's bigger than the game.
He's not like practice. Nah, I mean,
it's crazy how not being humble. You can see it every day.
That's another example.
Wait, hold on.
AI wasn't humble. Y'all talking about practice. He wasn't humble enough.
Nobody wants to sign him no more. Nobody wants to play with him because of the fact that he.
That's tough. I mean, he's still Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
The question
that's
tough though.
But like even the basketball
look at the level. Look at the
year.
level. Like look at the level of remembrance. Like
Yeah.
Kobe is Kobe,
Like,
and he's known as the practice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, people that watch ball, they know. But again,
understand this though. Like
Kobe is everlasting.
Yeah.
And again,
the thing is, he practiced, like he was one of those. He worked hard, like he wasn't that good. Because when you're not good, you gotta work harder than the next man.
Yeah.
He worked harder than the next man, even being at his level. So like that's a level of humility because he still kept it. Like he kept his routine as if he wasn't that guy that he was.
It's always important to be a student of the game, and the game can be anything you do. As long as you stay a student to the game and you remain humble, you will always grow and be the best version of you.
Absolutely, I agree. I can take that. I like.
That's just what it is. Like Luka, shout out my man Luka, man. They was talking all that crazy stuff to my man, and he said everybody want to talk crazy when y'all up, and then he comes back and kills them. Game 6, Game 7, puts the Suns out. The Suns be talking, but they got humbled quick. So it's like they get humbled. Giannis got humbled. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to.
Wait, we're talking about humility. I feel like the Nets and the Lakers were the ones that really got humble because everybody was like, "Oh, they're going to the finals. They didn't make the playoffs." No, the Lakers didn't make the playoffs. The Nets were out the first.
You're
round.
not supposed to speak
swept.
on it. You're not supposed to speak on. You're not supposed to speak
swept in the first round
on what you think is gonna happen, what you feel like gonna happen. You gotta just make it happen.
You
like,
can see on my face, I'm not a sports dude. I don't know what. I'm very out the loop right now. I'm like this. I'm like yeah. Word.
So you over here like,
Word. Check the stats. Facts.
he's too busy impacting children.
Nah, I don't do all that. Don't do that. What else y'all got?
It's really facts. So it's really facts. So I
don't know. You want to keep it short or you want to keep it cooking? I feel like
I got one more question for y'all.
We hit a lot of good points, so I don't even know. We don't gotta overtalk it.
What are some ways we can encourage people to, develop this character trait? Like, how can we help people become more humble?
How can we help people become more humble?
I say what could be done is more so like you can't really make anybody become humble, but like you could explain. I guess you could probably explain the importance. Of,
no,
I would say like
you have to show them.
I'll compare it to when we used to play football. We used to at like 7-on-7 or like we would score touchdowns in practice, and Barnett would be like, "Act like you've been there before." And I feel like that saying right there holds true for everything. Act like you've been there before.
There you go. Yeah, that works.
Like always handing the ball back to the ref.
Yeah,
after you score a touchdown.
Stop acting like you never scored a touchdown before. You crazy? Like touchdowns is nothing. We do this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So act like be humble. Act like you do.
I don't think that's a way to teach somebody, but I do like. I don't know.
I mean,
that's
a
like
nice
that idea.
I don't know how to teach
That's a
them,
nice idea. I feel like the only way to teach someone humility,
is by showing them.
Is by showing them, because
they're
gonna be like, yo, there's something about that person. I can't quite put my finger on it, but maybe I should start watching and pay attention more.
Yeah.
And they start moving how you move.
Yes, but no. But I still feel like it requires an explanation because in the same notion, you can see what's going on, but if you don't truly understand why or like how it's happening, you're not gonna be able to like understand the person.
With kids, you can teach humility.
Yeah.
As
but you explain it though.
You can explain it. Now, how do you go about telling?
How you gonna explain a 10-year-old how to?
No, not even that. Like an adult.
Like an adult.
Without the energy of, yo, bro, you gotta be humble, bro. Should we be talking at people like, yeah, we can.
No. I'm be talking like that. Like when I say explain, like find a way to be able to like equate it to their lifestyle so they can understand. Like for example,
you go
wait. For example, you know how I gave the Kobe analysis? Like if you explain that to somebody that watches basketball, understands basketball, that's them starting to understand. If I maintain a certain level of submissiveness, where like I'm not acting like I'm the greatest person in the world, like they at some point I feel like they'll learn humility. You know, I feel like because they'll start to get the concept.
Nah, they'll learn humility by getting humbled by life.
Okay, so
I feel like
but how you did, you kind of hit on the nail like in the beginning when you was had one of your rants. You were saying like you can always fall out of position. Wherever you at, you can always fall out of position. So, reminding people that, like, yo, bro, remember when you ain't have none? You can easily get back to that.
And then also,
that's simple. That's like a little. That's a little nugget. But
like
if
we hit a million followers tomorrow, you gotta be humble.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you though, but everybody needs like humility is something that has to happen because at some point you're gonna get humble. Like, yeah.
Are you humble?
Nah, bro. Why would I be humble? I said in the beginning.
You said why would you be humble?
Nah, are you humble?
I feel like I'm humble. I think I am humble. I don't feel like I think I am humble.
You're not humble, bro.
Nah. I think I think I am humble. And
He's a jerk, bro.
I got a sense of confidence.
I said it earlier, bro. Once you start saying you're humble, you're not really humble. That's contradiction.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Speed's a jerk, bro.
You're right.
Speed's a jerk, bro.
You walked into that.
He's a jerk, bro.
Fuck it. He asked me, so I said I feel like it.
Yeah, we was rapping here.
I don't know, because I don't.
I'll catch you at the next episode of We Gotta Do Better. I'ma holla at y'all. You feel me? Yes, sir. That was funny.